Yo, peace to the 12. So this is going to be a video about a movie that came out in 1972, and it was written or is directed by a Caucasian Jewish man by the name of Martin Goldman. And the movie I'm talking about is called The Legend of N-Word Charlie. I say N-Word because of YouTube. Well, in this video, during one of the final scenes, this so-called black man, played by Fred Williamson, he's going to bust a cap into this Idumean, and he's going to say the lost tribes of Israel were black. So I'm just showing you this, showing the viewer this to let you know that they always knew who the Israelites were. So I'm going to play this clip, and then we're going to get straight to it. And then I'm going to also get some books, probably 3 or 5 books supporting my claim. And then that'll be the video. So let's get to it. And also, you see that fair use on the YouTube. Don't play with me.
So the Lord set me out to win over the devil and his evil. And from the lines, you get that black nigger out here. By the lost tribes of Israel, nigger! Back over! Tribes of Israel were black.
You see that?
The lost tribes of Israel were black.
And once again, this film came out in 1972, and it was directed by a Caucasian Jewish man named Martin Goldman. Right? Matter of fact, I'm going to put that on the screen, and then I'm going to get like 3 or 5 books, or maybe even 10, however I'm feeling, proving that, yeah, we're the Israelites, and they've been new. Alright, so hold on. Here it is right here. The Legend of N-Word Charlie. You know, YouTube weird with words. And it came out in 1972. It was a blaxploitation film directed by Martin Goldman and starring Fred Williamson, right? And let me show you what Martin Goldman looks like. This is him. This is Martin Goldman, right? And yes, you know, Martin Goldman directed many so-called black films. And for those that don't know, Goldman is a Ashkenazic Jewish name, right? So yeah, there you go, right? So-called Caucasian Jew. So with that being said, let's get some scriptures proving what he just said about the Israelites. I said scriptures, I mean let's get some books. And I'm gonna throw a scripture in there too. First book will be from the author Tudor Parfitt, the British historian, right? Guy born in 1944. He wrote a book which I'm about to pull in a minute. His name is Tudor Parfitt. We're gonna be looking at his literary work. Let me pull it real quick. This is book Tudor Parfitt, Black Jews in Africa and the Americas. You see that? Now, we're going to go to, I don't think I put the page. I think it might be page 4 or something. But we're going to go to the highlighted portion, right? It says, a long European tradition maintained that the Jews in general were certainly black, metaphorically in the sense that they were, it says, diabolical and, you know, malignant. I'm trying to use certain words because of YouTube, but it says they were metaphorically black, and then look at this. It says, as well as black, literally. One Christian critic of the supposed Jewish Pope Anacletus II, elected in 1130, hinted that Jews were generally regarded as dark when he noted that the Pope was dark and pale, more like a Jew or an Arab than a Christian. Right? Then you have Sir William Brereton, 1604-1661. Let me put my finger on this so y'all can follow. The English parliamentary soldier and writer happened to visit a Sephardi synagogue in Amsterdam, where he commented that the Jews were very dark-skinned and lascivious. They were most black and insatiably given onto women. In his new voyage to Italy, 1714, Francis Maximilian missions, 1650-1722, the French writer and traveler confirms that the general supposition was that the Jews were black when he noted that all Jews were black, although only Portuguese Jews started off black. Right? So that's one literary work. Once again, that's by Tudor Parfitt, Black Jews in Africa and the Americas. So that's one book. Let's get another one. Next book will be by Conrad Maltbrun, French geographer. He was born in 1775. See if I can see it on here. Born in 1775, right? Let's see what he had to say in his literary work. Right, so this is Universal Geography, or a Description of All Parts of the World, Volume 4 by Malt Comrade Broom. We're going to go to page 309, and it says, a fact worthy the attention of travelers in that black Jews, according to Ollendorp, the kingdom of Luango is in Congo, contains black Jews scattered throughout the country. They are despised by the Negroes, who do not even deign to eat with them. They are occupied in trade and keep the Sabbath so strictly they do not even converse on that day. They have a separate burying ground very far from any habitation. Their tombs are constructed with masonry and ornamented with Hebrew inscriptions. Right? So again, it says what? Black Jews. So let's get some more. Here's another guy by the name of Bezalel Narkis, Israeli art historian, wrote a book, Picture History of Jewish Civilization. Right? Guy was born in 1926. He's going to show you what the Israelites look like according to him. So here they are in the book. You can see the brown skin. You see the afro right there. Let me get another picture. This is in the same book. You see the dark brown skin. You see the afro. Let me go to the bottom. Look at that. Light skin, dark skin. All of them got afros. Mind you, these are the Israelites in his book, Picture History of Jewish Civilizations. Right? So that's 3 books. I think that's good enough. I've done many books on this. I'm gonna make a playlist about it. So I'm gonna get some scriptures on that as well, and then that'll be the video. This is Songs of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5, which reads, I am black, but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar. Right? Other versions, I am dark but lovely, I am black and beautiful, I am black but lovely, I am black but lovely, I am black but lovely. So it says, I am black. And it says, as the tents of Kedar. Let's see what them tents look like. These are the tents of Kedar on Google. Look at that. Black tent, black tent. So I am black as the tents of Kedar. Right? I'm going to get another scripture. This is Lamentations chapter 5 verse 10. Our skin was black like an oven because of the terrible famine. Other versions, the famine has blackened our skin as though baked in an oven. Yeah. You tell me who gets darker in the sun, right? And I'm talking about black in coloration. And this is a picture of a so-called black woman in the winter. This is her in the summer, right? American Standard Version. Our skin was black like an oven because of the burning heat of the famine, right? And I'm going to get one scripture in the New Testament and go to Acts. And once again, I've done videos on this proving this even further. I even did a video on the fact that you had Israelites named Cush, and Cush is the founder of the Ethiopians. So why would there be Israelites named Cush, and Cush means burnt face? You know why? Yeah, because they already know what we look like. But anyway, I'm going to go to Acts. I think it's 13 or is it 15? We'll see in a minute. It was Acts 13 and 1, right? Acts 13 and 1, it says, now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers as Barnabas and Simon, that was called Niger. And it's really spelled the N-word. But we're just going to say Niger for YouTube, because when you go to the Strong, you click that word, it just says the N-word. But, and Lucius of Cyrene and Manaen, which had been brought up with Herod the Tetrarch and Saul. Now, for those of you who know, Simon or Simeon, however you want to pronounce it, is a Hebrew name which means hearkening, right? Which means he was an Israelite, and they called him Niger. Well, let's see what that means. This is the Easton Bible Dictionary. It says Niger, black, a surname of Simon. He was probably so called from his dark complexion, right? Niger equals black. Surname of the prophet Simon. Black. Niger. Right? And we researched the Latin, and look at this. It says Niger of Latin. And when you research the word Niger, it eventually became the derogatory N-word that everybody knows today. When you research the N-word and its history. Right? And I'm going to get a couple of versions of this scripture, and that'll be the video. This is other versions of Acts 13 and 1. New Living Translation. Simon called the black man. Right? Called the black. Called the black. Right? So no way around that. And they do this all the time, man. They did the same thing. Mel Brooks did the same thing in his movie Robin Hood Men in Tights. In the scene where Robin Hood goes to Pippin, I think was the blind man's name, and they show Dave Chappelle, and he walks up to Dave Chappelle and he says, "Pippin, I'd like you to meet a Jew." And Pippin responds, "A Jew? Here?" Why? Because he pointed at Dave Chappelle. That was Mel Brooks letting you know that, once again, Dave Chappelle was a so-called Judean. And also Mel Brooks did History of the World Part 2, where he had who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, real name yahawashi. He had him depicted as a so-called black man. And Mel Brooks is, once again, another Caucasian Jewish man. And then there's also a scene in Pulp Fiction, with Samuel Jackson and John Travolta, where they're sitting in the diner, and Samuel Jackson says, "I don't eat pork." And Travolta's response is, "What, are you Jewish?" So these people know who we are, man. They put it in a video, they put it in their movies, they put it in TV shows. Good Times did it. Sanford and Son did it. So on and so forth. I actually might do a video of compilations of every film that's done it. Alright? So they know what it is, Israelites. I know what it is, Israelites. And hopefully a lot of you guys are waking up. So anyways, with that, I'm out. I say peace to the 12. All praise to Yahawah, Shem Yahawashi. Let me get up out of here. Peace.